I'm Tiana, junior psych major, and I will be reading part 2 of my critical response paper. Okay. In my first paper, part 1, I have studied how Patricia Hill Collins' Black feminist thoughts can help us understand the harmful stereotypes of Black women in reality television shows like Love and Hip Hop and The Real Housewives of Atlanta. Collins explained that controlling images can manipulate how Black women are viewed in society and limit how they can express themselves. To continue these points from my first paper, I will be connecting Collins' theory to Judith Butler's idea of gender performativity from performative acts and gender constitution. I chose these 2 readings because I came to notice that Butler helps expand Collins' ideas by showing us how gender roles and behaviors are performed and repeated through culture and media. Both of these theories show how reality TV doesn't just misrepresent Black women, it teaches audiences what womanhood and power should look like within our community in a stereotypical way, while also hiding the diversity of Black women's identities. Patricia Collins speaks on controlling images as stereotypes that justify racism and sexism by making oppression look natural. These assumptions and stereotypes like the angry Black woman or Jezebel aren't random. These come from long histories of slavery, colonialism, and patriarchy. In the first part, I explained how these images are harmful to real women of color by influencing the public's opinion, influencing job opportunities, and influencing self-worth with these women. Collins' theory shows us that the media is not neutral. Our media is a system that reinforces social, gender, and cultural hierarchies. When we see Black women constantly shown as loud or aggressive, these shows quietly teach viewers to associate Black femininity with conflict instead of admirable resilience or leadership. These are qualities I know Black women possess through both my own personal experience and through the stories and testimonies I've seen people face. In Judith Butler's essay, Performative Acts and Gender Constitution, I believe this piece adds another layer to the discussion. Butler previously argued that gender is not something that we are born with, but something that we perform through repeated action, gestures, and roles that society expects. Media plays a major role in influencing these performances by showing audiences how to act as a male or a female, whether powerful or submissive or respectable or shameful, as men and women. Reality TV has become a stage where femininity is exaggerated and stereotypes are replayed for the entertainment internationally. The only group that faces the most and the harshest backlash from these actions are Black women. They give Black women the spotlight for reasons like this so that they can limit how we are perceived by the viewers. In this case of Black women, the performances seen on reality TV are often restricted to certain scripts: the diva, the fighter, or the gold digger, and anything else that falls under what they consider to be the typical ghetto or ratchet Black girl. These performances become expected to be parts of Black womanhood in popular cultures when these gender roles are repeated so often that they start to look real or natural for women of color. Butler helps us understand that this repetition turns performance into identity, which connects to Collins' ideas of controlling images. Both these historically significant women remind us of what we see in media is influencing how gender and race are understood in daily life. The supporting article I choose is by Christian Warner. They Gon' Think You Loud Regardless, Ratchetness, Reality Television, and Black Womanhood. This article gives us a personal perspective on how reality TV teaches viewers to see Black women as authentically ratchet. Using loudness and conflict as entertainment, Warner argues that this performance of realness is not reality at all, but a cultural script that limits Black femininity. I believe this supports my previous point I've made, that they want to limit Black women and what we truly have to offer and how we are perceived, but this also builds on both Collins and Butler's idea on how the show creates a space where controlling images are acted out again and again, turning stereotypes into performances that audiences think are natural. Through this lens, we can see how the entertainment industry profits from influencing these racialized gender performances. A possible tension between Collins and Butler is that Collins centers race and power systems, while Butler focuses on more gender performance without always addressing race directly or intersectionality as a whole. Some critics argue that Butler's theories, while being useful, doesn't fully express to us the racialized experience of being a Black woman performing gender in a white-dominated media space. Yet, combining both thinkers can show us how race and gender performances can overlap with how Black women's identities are not just performed but also controlled and marketed through intersecting systems of oppression. Together, both Collins and Butler reveal that Black women's images in the media are not just random or individual, they are the result of social scripts and repeated stereotypes and limited identity. Collins has showed us how these images uphold oppression, while Butler helps us see and understand how performance makes them appear real. Reality TV becomes a powerful example of how gender and race are performed, consumed, and controlled. Moving forward, two questions remain in the back of my mind. How can media change the narrative for Black women for what they truly can be and have to offer without turning authenticity into exploitation? And how would our society look if Black women weren't exploited in this light? Thank you.